Beneath the fractured crust of an unnamed planet orbiting a dim orange star, there lies a cave no eye has ever seen, no foot has ever crossed. For eons it has remained sealed in perfect silence, untouched by the winds that scour the barren surface above. The chamber is vast, cathedral-like, stretching far beyond the range of ordinary sight. Its ceiling vanishes into darkness so complete it seems to swallow distance itself, hung with mineral spires that have grown fat and heavy over geological ages. Some hang like melting candles, others twist in spirals, as if the stone itself had learned to dance in slow motion. They drip with metronomic precision, each drop a tiny bell marking time in centuries rather than seconds. The floor undulates in terraced pools, each one a different depth, a different shade of absolute black. The largest pool stretches nearly 100 meters across, so still it mirrors the cavern's vault like obsidian glass. When the drops strike its surface, the ripples spread outward in perfect concentric circles, carrying whispers of light that dance briefly across the stone walls before fading. Then silence returns, the same hushed perfection, waiting. Along the walls, flowstone cascades create the illusion of frozen waterfalls, some thin as silk scarves, others massive as castle battlements. The calcium carbonate has built itself into impossible architectures, delicate bridges spanning chasms, hollow columns that ring like bells when the rare air current touches them, an alcove so perfectly formed they might have been carved by conscious hands. But no hands touched here, only chemistry and time, working together across eons. Here time moves differently. The very air seems thicker, pregnant with minerals and the weight of ages. It carries the metallic tang of iron oxide, the sharp bite of sulfur compounds seeping from deep thermal vents, and something else, something like the scent of starlight, if starlight had a smell. The temperature hovers just above freezing, constant and unchanging, as if the chamber exists in its own climate, divorced from the planet's surface seasons. Crystals emerge from crevices at impossible angles, some transparent as winter ice, others dark as volcanic glass. A few glow with their own faint phosphorescence, fed by radioactive traces in the bedrock. They catch and split what little illumination exists here into prismatic ghosts that flit across the mineral formations like spirits of ancient light. In some corners, gypsum flowers bloom in crystalline gardens no gardener has ever tended, their petals sharp enough to cut, beautiful enough to break hearts. Nothing stirs, no voices, no machines, no history. Only water, speaking to stone, in a language older than stars. In the deepest recesses, where the chamber narrows into tunnels that wind deeper into the planet's heart, life persists, barely. Translucent filaments stretch between mineral deposits like forgotten spiderwebs,
some thick as hair, others finer than silk threads. They pulse with their own faint bioluminescent rhythm, blue, white, and slow, like a heartbeat viewed through deep water. These organisms feed on sulfur compounds that seep from the planet's molten core, on hydrogen sulfide and methane, on the very breath of the world's interior. Bacterial mats carpet portions of the pool floors in colors that have no names, not quite purple, not quite silver, shifting between hues as they respond to trace chemicals in the water. They form intricate mandalas, geometric patterns that seem almost intentional, as if microbes were capable of art. Some colonies have built themselves into towering microscopic cities, layered deposits of calcified bacteria that rise from the pool floors like coral reefs in an alien sea.
In the walls themselves, networks of mineral veins thread through the rock like frozen lightning, some filled with water so pure it seems distilled by time itself, others clogged with sediments that tell stories of ancient floods, volcanic eruptions, and ice ages that scoured the surface miles above. The stone remembers everything. Every climate shift, every seismic shudder, every drop of rain that fell on the surface and eventually found its way here through countless cracks and fissures. These creatures have never known light, never known sound beyond the whisper of their own existence and the constant percussion of mineral rain. They are evolution's afterthought, carrying on cycles that began before the first galaxy learned to spin. Yet they persist, generation after invisible generation, in a darkness so complete that darkness itself becomes a form of presence. But today, something shifts. A single stalactite, grown heavy with 10,000 years of patient accumulation, finally surrenders to gravity. It falls through the darkness and strikes the pool with a sound like a temple bell.
The ripples spread wider, this time faster. The mineral organisms pulse brighter, responding to vibrations they have never felt. For one brief moment, the chamber holds its breath, as if awakening from a dream it didn't know it was having. Then stillness returns. The ripples fade, the mineral organisms dim back to their baseline glow. The fallen stalactite settles into the sediment, already beginning its dissolution into the mineral-rich water, becoming part of the endless cycle. In 10,000 years, another stalactite will fall. In 100,000, the pool's chemistry will shift enough to spawn new forms of microbial life. In 1,000,000, tectonic forces may crack open new passages or seal this chamber forever. The processes continue, indifferent to observation, driven by nothing more than physics and chemistry and the simple fact of time. This chamber exists. Countless others like it exist. They continue their slow transformations, whether witnessed or not, their beauty neither enhanced nor diminished by the presence or absence of any eye to see them. The next drop forms, falls. The silence deepens.